All right, welcome in everybody to another daily Japanese study video where I study Japanese every single day and I bring you and Twitch along for the ride. Today we have three articles that we're going to try to get through, starting off easy with an NHK News Web Easy, and then continuing on into Yasashi Asahi Shinbun with two shorter articles there. So let's start with this one that looks like a kid's play based on the faces and demeanor going on in here. So let's watch it. Okay. 奈良大学学生たちが1300年前の時代の服を着た。So, the clothes worn in the period 1,300 years ago. So they wore the clothes from way long ago. Okay, at the Nara College. Okay. 奈良市にある奈良大学で学生たちが1300年ぐらい前の時代の服を着る授業がありました。So, there was some work slash lesson that they did. It was a lesson where they wore the clothes from the period that was around 1,300 years ago. This is just the title again, right? 授業を受けたのは、普段日本のこといや、歴史、歴史、rekishteki is still one of my favorite words I've ever learned in Japanese. This is history, and if you know teki, it typically adds like an ol to it. So in that case, it's historical. So rekishteki, one of my favorite words that I've ever learned. 文化を勉強している学生たちです。All right, let's work through that sentence here. So, starting on the beginning here, 授業を受けた. Well, 受けた is to give, or to receive. Yeah, to catch, to be struck by wind, waves, or sunlight. To sustain damage. I mean, that is true. You can receive damage. So, ukeru, to receive. What was received? Work. So, as for the work that they received, so we have a no wa here. This is a nominalizer no, because we have verb here, but we want to go to particle here. No. Fudan. I don't know what this means here. Maybe we've learned it before, but I don't remember. Fudan nippon no kotoba. So, Nippon no kotoba. Kotoba is just like words, dialect, language. Yeah. Phrases, terms. So, fudan. Is that like fudan? Consistent, persistent, unrelenting. That seems wrong. Usual, normal, everyday. Ooh, maybe. Because that, fudan being originally written as that. Okay. Habitual, normal. So normal Japanese words and phrases and history, uh, culture. Okay, that's what the students, gakusei, are studying. Benkyou shiteru. Okay. Uh, okay. I'm not quite sure on this fudan here. Constant, persistent, sure. Usual, normal, everyday sounds like what it is here, because I it's being used to describe Nippon here. So the normal Japanese words in history, they're studying the culture. Yeah, okay, sure. Uh, Fudan. Actually, here, you know what? Uh, let's open up Jisho here just to be safe and see if there's anything else inside of it. Constant, persistent. Fudangi, everyday clothes, normal clothes. So that's being used very much the same way here. Okay. Fudan tsukai, everyday use. Yeah, okay. So everyday, normal, habitual. That seems to be the case. Okay. 1300年前、日本には中国の文化が入っていました。So, Japanese people 1,300 years prior had Chinese culture enter. So, that makes sense. There was a lot of mixing and matching in Asia because of that. そして、赤や緑などいろいろな色の服を作っていました。Okay. Excuse me, let me quick sip. All right. So first we have our そして for and then. Next, 赤や緑などいろいろな色 no fuku. So, red and green and whatnot, various colored clothing was used. So that's what they were using. Which yeah, sure, looks like it. Uh, Honestly, I think the clothes look really cool. I don't think any of them are going to wear them with any regularity, but it's pretty cool, right? Okay. 服の色で、その人が社会で高い地位か、地位か、こで、excuse me、高い地位か、濃い地位かがわかりました。Oh, okay. So, chi here. So this chi is your social standing. So takai chi is high social standing. Koi chi is lower social standing. So sono hito, these people, shakai, well that's just like yes, public. Uh so in public, uh the and we have ka here for both of these. So is it question ka? It's sometimes there'll be like a ka in between two options of this or that, but we also have ka here, which is why I think this might just be question ka. Like, are they high status? Are they low status? Was understood when they met based on the color, because that's what the start of this is. Fuku no iro de. So, with the color of the clothes, these people that when they meet, the question of high status or low status is understood. So, depending on the colors you're wearing, I guess that makes sense because back then, in order to get certain colors, they were very rare because the way to make the pigments weren't so easily done. You had to go to this area over here, gather this particular thing, bring it back, crush it up, dye the clothes, and you only get one or so goes at it, right? So now that makes sense. 学生たちはその時代と同じようにできた服を着て皆に見せました。Alright, let's work through that sentence right there. 学生たちは, so as for the students, その時代と同じようにできた服を着て、so その時代, that period, that time, that age, と this is probably an and to. 同じ same ようにできた so ようにするようにできた well ようにする is to make sure that but we don't have suru here we have kita Yoni like so that in order that makes sense as well. But to be able, in order to have the same clothes at that time, so that everybody can see. I'm not quite sure if I'm getting this one right. And I kind of want to make sure that we go at a specific pace here. I'm going to see and just do a spot check on myself. Dipple's all right. It's not perfect though. All right, and showed them to everyone. I mean, that's what we were saying, but like, what's the? This isn't getting at this, which was the whole reason to double check stuff. Okay. That's pretty common for me to get the vibe of what the sentence is trying to say, but not know a very particular part of it that I want to pull out so that I can use it elsewhere. So I'm not exactly sure if I'm doing that right, but Dipple's not much help in this case. It's okay. Fuko kita gakusei wa, so a student who wore clothes. Good for them. That's generally what you're supposed to do. 服に飾りなどがあって、昔の人もおしゃれをしてたんだなと思いましたと話してました。Okay. I just noticed she's got like a little thing on her forehead there. Neat. All right. 服に飾りなどがあって. So, there was this. Kazari nado. So nado's like our etc., right? Kazari is like a decoration because to decorate is kazaru. So kazari is a decoration. And there are decorations and whatnot where, well, ni is pointing towards the clothes. So decorations on the clothes and whatnot. Mukashi no hito mo. So ancient folks, old time folks as well. おしゃれをしてたんだなと思いました。So, おしゃれ is like stylish, yeah. Chic, smartly dressed. I've heard this. I don't know if I've added this to Anki yet. Has this come up before? I've heard it before, but I don't know if I heard it before we did this. おしゃれ. And we'll do the. It says kana, but I swear I've seen it without. Yeah, no, we haven't on here. Okay. Stylish, fashionable, smart. That's not how you spell it. Smart. Smart. I guess I should do smartly dressed. Okay. Dressing oneself up, dressing well, making one look a question. Fashionable dresser. Yep, all of those mean to be well dressed. Okay. おしゃれをしてたんだ. So she's the oh, I'm thinking she because there's a person right here, but it doesn't actually say. So they are thought that because we have してたんだ. Well, that is like the explanation ending. So there's a bit of explanation that they're thinking that the people want to be stylish, and that's why there were decorations on the clothes. I mean, yeah, they probably want to be stylish. Yeah, sure. Uh, well, okay, so looking at this is. Excuse me. Oh no, I hope I'm not coming down with something. Apologies for that. This person is wearing the plainest garb here, but it is blue. I don't know how rare blue was back then. We have purples. Purples were very rare. That's why throughout a lot of different cultures, purple was a royalty color. So yeah, this is definitely the poorest person there. Sorry, apologies, sir. All right. Our next one is a Yasashi Asahi Shimbun article about magazines. I don't know what this is about. I literally clicked on this because I recognize that guy right there. Uh, and who know, I could be wrong because it is a blurry photo, but I'm pretty sure that that is the person that plays Yagami in the Judgment Side series by Ryogo Gotoku, the Yakuza games, as they're called, uh, generally speaking. But I'm pretty sure that's who that is. I'm not 100% sure because it is a stylized picture and blurry, but I literally clicked on this article because of him. All right, so 本の情報を紹介する雑誌. So 雑誌 is magazine. 紹介 is to introduce. So a magazine to introduce uh, 本の情報. Well, 本 is book, this current present, but 情報 is news information. So is it supposed to be current news? As a prefix, yeah, I've seen that, and I've seen it as main as well. Yes, and as a counter, but it's not getting used. Maybe because it's honed into noun, it needs the no, and it can't just be plopped on. I'm going to go with that. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. All right. 本の情報を紹介する雑誌. And I'm especially thinking that because a magazine to introduce people to current news and information would make sense in this context. Da Vinci. Da Vinci. Oh, Da Vinci. Duh. が、休館します。休館します。I don't know what that means, but I have a guess because isn't this one of our like what's the word, like peel or oh no, that's the publication one. Never mind. Well then, okay. Q here. This is rest. Q shimasu. Are they going to, well, here, stop? Suspension of publication. Okay, so Da Vinci is stopping existing. Okay. Uh, 共感します. I don't think we've seen that, but yeah, let's check. I keep saying kyo as well instead of Q. Q-con. 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 Okay, Q-con. Okay. Right. All right. Uh, stopping publication. And I wouldn't say it's like, I mean, they're saying noun suspension of publication. I guess that's a noun. I mean, they use it as a noun. They use it as a noun. So whether it hits my brain well or not, they're using it as a noun. Uh, I like that. I like the detail down here. Okay. 5月26日火曜日、角川は月刊誌。月刊 is a monthly publication. I don't know what the she does to it. ダヴィンチを休刊すると発表しました。So, Kadokawa must have been the publishing company. Uh, Genkanshi. Oh, it. Okay, so Gekkan is a monthly issue. Gekkanshi. Oh, apologies. I didn't set that up right, so you didn't get to hear that. All right, let's try that again.
月刊誌
There we go. Gekkanshi. Okay, Gekkanshi, monthly magazine. I mean, it's not that much more new, but this is document records. Okay. Okay. What's there? Heart. Okay. Gekkanshi. Gekkanshi. Alright. Uh, Gekkanshi. Gekkanshi. Okay. I'm also adding this because it means I'll see con more often. And I did get that wrong a second ago. So it's good to have multiple things that use the things that you're getting wrong so you see them in different contexts. At least that's the reason I am trying that. Monthly magazine. Okay. So, Kadokawa は月刊誌ダヴィンチを休刊すると発表しました。They announced that they are going to cease the publication of Da Vinci, the monthly magazine Da Vinci. 10月6日発売のにに、11月号が最後で、それ以降は雑誌を出しません。Okay. Uh, let's work through that because I know most of that, but there's some stuff I don't know in there. Oh, this is a very short one. Okay. So, from, no, not from. It's set up kind of like a from, but it's not. Okay. 10月. So, on the 10th month, yep. And the 6th day, Hatsubai. Well, Hatsubai, this is like depart, this is sell. So, oh, offering for sale. Okay. Hatsubai. And then we have no. Uh, and then November. 11月 O, which is just addition. And then Saigo is just the end. So. Oh, okay. Right. I get it. I understand. Okay, so the on the 6th of January, February, March, April, May. I don't remember. It doesn't click in my brain. I'm sorry. Let's just start at July. Uh August. Hey, guess what month I was born in? July, August, September, October, October. October. Okay. On the November issue, the November number will be the last. So this is the date that it goes for sale. Okay. So they probably like do the next months on that day, so you can read it into that month, maybe. それ以降は雑誌を出しました。So, 以降 must be on, yeah, from that onward. Okay. So, 以降. So, from that point on, it won't be put out. Okay. 以降 here. And I think we've seen Hatsubai, but we'll check it. Okay. 以降. Yes, 以降. Okay. Eco is a noun and an adverb? Okay, well, I want to see. Sometimes they will do. On and on from, okay, yeah, just noun adverb. Doesn't, sometimes they'll be like, okay, if it means this, it's the noun form. If it's being used like this, that's the adverb form. That's why I was trying to check there. But fukushi, which is our adverb, slash meishi, which is our noun, on and after, from, dot, 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 onward, okay, and since. All different ways of kind of saying the same thing there. Oh, and we need to check uh, brain, hatsubai. Okay, hatsubai. I yell at my brain when it doesn't think of something fast enough. We should be good with both of these. So we'll put it down here. Let's put that on there just so we can kind of check. Okay. Meishi, suru, and then hatsubai. I'm trying to get better at remembering that this is not just sounds. It can be buy, like buy, you know? Sale, offering, for sale. Okay. Putting on sale. Okay. And other things like that. Okay. 昨今の oh, this is a quote. Okay. 昨今の出版市場の劇的な変化や読者の情報摂取、ススタイルの多様化を背景に、今後を紙媒体としての役割に一つの区切りをつけ、これまで培ってきた編集力、編集力とブランドを次なるステージへと。This is a long quote. So this is all a sentence. This person just goes. Okay. 継承発展させるべく、今回の決定となりまして、と説明してます。Good. Okay. 50% of this article is one quote. Okay. I don't know most of that. So we're going to get a lot in here. We might not be getting to the article about, it looks like saxophones. I'm not sure. All right. Sakon. Well, sakon's these days. That part I knew. Sakon no shupan shijo. Shupan publication. Okay. Shijo is cities and towns, right? No. Shijo. Well, no. Not Ichiba. Shijo. Marketplace exchange. Means the same thing? Okay. Usually read Ichiba. Okay. Ichiba I knew. When I saw Shijo on it, I was like, oh, how does this change it? It doesn't. It's just the same word but said differently. Okay. So, publication market no gekiteki. Well, gekiteki, dramatic. Ooh, okay. Exciting, touching, extreme. Okay. Gekiteki na henka. Well, henka is, yeah, this is to change unusual, strange. Ka is just a change. Okay. So, henka. Uh, so the publication markets dramatic change. Yeah. Okay. These days. Oh wow. Okay. Geki teki. This is definitely a new one here. Geki teki is really fun to say. Is it as good as uh uh Nekishteki? No. But it's definitely getting close. Geki teki. Geki teki. Okay. Geki teki. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it there. It is a not adjective which has the weirdest uh Keodoshi is was I'm trying to get better at all of these. Uh Keodoshi. Nice. Nailed it. Okay. Keodoshi. 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 Okay. Dramatic. Exciting. Touching. Okay. And let's see. Meisei? Hmm. That's voice. And that's famous. Known voice. Well, it is. Tiki tiki. Okay. There was the dramatic stuff. Somehow she got famous. I don't. That's fine. I don't need to learn that reading there. Okay, so we got the first part. Ya, which makes it seem like we're in a ya list, maybe? Nope. Okay. The only one, so maybe it's an and. Okay. And 読者の情報摂取スタイル. Okay. 読者, I don't know that one. Reader. Okay. 読者の情報摂取. 情報 is still information. I put that there to see if it did the whole word, but okay. 摂取. Intake, ingestion. Oh, of salt. Uh, so, 読者の情報摂取. So, the readers re- report information intake, absorption, style, no tayoka. Tayoka is diversification? Okay. O haike ni. Haike ni. Well, K is part of scenery, but haike. What does the height mean here? Stature, height. Okay. Haike. Setting background context. All right. So the reader's information intake styles diversification all heike to the background. Wow, I am not going to be able to tell you what this means. We are just going to slog through getting new words out of it, throw it into DIPL, and try to work through it with it to one side because I am not going to be able to keep all of these different comma sections in there. Although it seems like they're listing reasons why they're closing. Anyways, do ku shop. And of course I didn't do that first. Do ku shop. Do shop. Do ku shop. Okay, meishi. Okay. Reader. That one, straightforward. Okay. 情報摂取。
摂取
Yes, 摂取. Okay. Uh, 摂取 is a noun that can take suru, so let's do that. 摂取. Yep, there we go. 摂取. 摂取. Okay, 名詞 intake like of salt. Let's put the E.G on there as well, so it's not just of salt. Now, I don't want future me to be like, man, this word's just about eating salt. Ingestion, okay. And then absorption of new knowledge, which is probably what we're getting at here. Absorption. Okay. Assimilation. No, we're good. Too many big words there. Okay. Whew. Okay. And ta yo ka diversification. Oil, diverse, varied. Ka, diverse, change. So diversification and it considered to be like to diversify. Okay. I don't know if tile is one that we have. Tile, yeah, but probably not tile. Tile by itself. No, okay. Diverse, varied, and it is a non-adjective slash no adjective. So, kei yo doshi. Kei doshi. Okay. Diverse, varied. Add that one. Now, tile ka. Tile ka. 名詞 and make sure we put suru on there. Woo. Diversification. Oh. Okay, there we go. Tile ka. Heike ni. Background scenery. We might have had this one before, because I know we've had a few things that mean uh scenery. Really? Oh wow, okay. We're getting a lot of new words out of this. Okay. It is let me see a noun. Okay. Background. Backdrop. Scenery. Okay. Background of an incident slash situation slash other thing. Circumstances. Context, sure. Context. Support from behind the scenes. That's a lot. Okay, haike. Haike. Whew. Okay. Once again, Kongo from now on wa kamibaitai. Kamibaitai. Paper medium として as in the role of no yakuwari part に一つの区切りを区切り pause break stop. Okay. I think this is someone in print media lamenting the end of print media, which I will say we don't want, because you want there to be things, physical things that you can reference. People will often say that the internet is forever. No, no, it's not. Things go down, things get lost. Uh, so, like sometimes they will be there, right? And you can track something down where you're like, oh, that thing, the thing. Oh, where is the thing? And then you look it up and you work, you find it eventually. But there are some things that they disappear. Like, well, the internet's forever. No, no, it's not. It feels that way because we're in it. You know, we're in the moment of it. Uh, and EDM goes off. Ooh, there's like years of history just. Anyways, Yakuwari. Okay, Yakuwari. Yeah, we are definitely not getting into the third article. If you could not tell, by the rate we're going, I kind of like that. I kind of like having enough lined up that we have to call it. You know, Yakuwari means you're pushing through. You're getting stuff in there. Meishi. I mean, I guess if we were just to read and try to figure out what things are without me making my flashcards, it'd probably go faster. I bet some people would like that, but I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Okay. Hongo. These are all like mini run-on sentences that just don't have that last bit on there. Okay. 今後を紙媒体としての役割に一つの区切りをつけ。I mean, this case just bill of sale tab? Maybe. I don't think so. Maybe, but uh, kugiri, because this is like our yeah. Wait, ward district. No, that's the X marks the spot. Pause, punction, break, end. Kugiri. And that's cut right there. Okay. Kugiri. Pause, punctuation in writing. Break, end, pause, milestone. Okay. Kugiri. 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 Yeah, I was not expecting that to already be in there. Meishi. Okay, and pause in writing. The this set of sentences has a ton of different iroiro kugiri in here, right? In writing. Okay. Punctuation, break, and pause, and place to stop. Okay. Place to stop. That. Once again, well, we're not going to try to figure out exactly what it means because there's a lot. I'm just overwhelmed. Let's just get them words. Koremade. So until this, the uchika de well, uchika to cultivate, to foster. Oh, uh, henshu. Editing compilation. I mean, that's just power. roku. Henshuroku. Is this the word and it's just not going around the corner well? Around the corner, around the line break? No. Okay. So, henshu, editing. 6とブランドを次なる. Well, 次なる is, yeah, the next, I guess. 次なる, uh, okay. 次なる stage, the next stage. と、対象、継承. Ooh, oh my lord. Completely overwhelmed here. Okay, let's start here. Uchi call. To cultivate, to foster. Uchi call. Okay. Uchi call. No, not that. This is all it's got for me. It doesn't. Oh, Tsuchi call. That's why. Tsuchi call. That explains why it wasn't coming up. I wrote the wrong thing. Tsuchi call. Okay. Doshi. Verb. Okay. To cultivate. To foster. Okay. So until all of this happened, uh, they cultivated and fostered uh, editing power. What? Okay. Henshu, editing compilation, noun suru. Okay, henshu, henshu. Okay, henshu, editing compilation, henshu, 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 henshu. Okay, neishi, suru, editing compilation. Okay. Henshu. Okay. Henshu, henshu roku とブランドを次なるステージへと、so, uh, they're trying to get to the next stage for the editing power of their brand. I really don't. Okay. Hatten saseru. Well, hatten is like, yeah, development expansion. We've had that before. And then saseru is just our suru in I forget the name of the form. It's the yeah. So hatten saseru. This eku in order to auxiliary conjunction. Wow. Okay. Wait. And we have a slash here. So this dot is the same as putting a slash in. Okay. So, kesho hatten. Okay, I'm going to start from Burando. I want to see how. Actually, here, let's just do this bit. Because I want to see how it uses this in order to develop. In order to, and then develop. Yeah, I guess so. In order to develop slash inherit, succeed, there. Okay, and get to the next stage. 継承発展させるく Konkai. Well, okay. Now we have this time. Konkai no kette decide to tonarimasu. No, sorry. To narimashita. Okay. To setsumei. Uh, all right. Setsumei shitemasu. They explained. Okay. Woo! Ooh, all right, let's get through this little bit right here. Keisho, 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 inheritance, succession, accession, share alike, inheritance, computing. Okay? Keisho. I guess it's good for them to put that there because you shouldn't assume just because something means something in this context, it means that same word in that context, right? Because they could have developed two different words for that, even though in English it's one word, just used differently. Keisho. This is a weird kanji here. It almost looks like a child uh, wearing. Okay, because that's child. And they're wearing a jacket. Their arms are out like this, but they're actually a skeleton because you can see their ribs. So acquiesce, hear, listen to, receive. Wait, ukeru. This kanji could be the. Okay, no, I'm not even going to. Okay, let's just continue on there. Okay, we don't got time for this. This is gonna be an hour-long article. Okay, show. Okay, show. Meishi. And it's definitely a suru one, right? Yeah, suru. So, meishi. So, keishou suru is to inherit then. Inheritance. Accession. Succession. And then the other two are kind of just the same thing, but in different settings. Okay. So succession. Hatten then is development. Hatten. Oh wow. Hatten. Yep. Hatten. Okay. Meishi. Suru. So many new words on this one. Oh no, it did the dumb thing where it decided everything needed to be double spaced for some reason. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Development, uh, growth, expansion, extension. Okay. Development, advancement, progression. Playing around sexually, especially if a male homosexual having an active sex life. See also Attenba. Now you know. You know what? I don't particularly think this is going to come up, but uh, play playing around sexually, especially for gay folks. Okay, there we go. Add in hatten. I don't think we'll need hattenba. Uh, okay, and then the real cool one here is beku.
べく
So beku is an auxiliary conjunction. Okay, in order to for the purpose. Okay, so uh, here let's do a search for beku and see if there's a boon pro for it. Of course, there is. Beku, verb, beku. Okay. As the conjunctive form of the classical auxiliary verb, beshi, you know, the classic one that we all know about, beku will be attached to the dictionary form of verbs in order to convey the purpose of an action. Okay. So, taberu beku would be for the purpose of eating. Uh, for the purpose of A, in order to A, to ensure that A. Beku itself will only attach to verbs that can be done intentionally with some purpose in mind. The B part of Beku sentences will indicate an intentional activity that will be performed in order to reach A. So, it's very much like a node style thing. Uh, Okay, or a nada, or the all we've got like 40 different ways of doing this at this point. Okay, so 地域の高齢者の安全を守るべく当番が設置されました。Okay, so in order to ensure the safety of the elderly in the community, a police box has been set. Okay, Kolban police box over here. Koreisha is old folks right here. This Koreisha. Anzen safety. Mamoru is to protect. So in order to protect, what are we trying to protect? The areas, the communities, elderly people's safety. Okay. Musuko wa isha ni naru beku. So in order to become a doctor, uh, yeah, in order to become a doctor. Okay. So a thing that we want to happen, beku. So in order to that happen, be over here. Okay. Beku. Beku, beku, beku. 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 And we'll do tilde, beku. And then, honestly, we should probably do tilde again on there. We're going to put spaces in between just because it looks like I'm failing to make an emoji or an emoticon. Okay, beku. It doesn't really. Oops, sorry. Auxiliary conjunction. It doesn't like Meishi Fukushi doesn't have one of those. So, uh, in order to for the purpose of a beku b in order to a we do b. Okay, I think that's a good way of explaining it. Okay, 今回の決定. So 今回 once again was this time. 決定 was decide. So this time's decision となりました. Okay. 雑誌ダヴィンチは1994年4月に本の情報誌と通してあスタートしました。Really? Start? Okay. スタートしました。So it started in 1994. インターネットでのダヴィンチウェブは続きます。So they're becoming a strictly online publication. Okay. Well, hey, we'll read the title. How about that? We won't get into it. Apparently someone died. I literally clicked on it because it had a picture of a saxophone. Okay. Uh, ジャズ、サジャズサックス演奏者 performer のソニー、サニー・ローレンスさんが亡くなりました。So the jazz sax player Sonny Rollins has passed away. I don't know who Sonny Rollins is because I don't keep up on musicians, but they look like they play the jazz sax. Uh, wow. That is a good picture right there. This is him in his heyday. Wow. Okay. Well, we're not going to get into that one, but uh, lots of new words. Was not planning on doing a hour-long video. Like I said, I'm trying to cut these down to be closer to 30 minutes. That last article was a lot. We got some new words, to say the least. We got some new grammar. We got a lot of review. I'd say that was a great study session. Anyways, hopefully you also got some new words, new grammar, good review, or at the very least, you got 50 minutes of entertainment. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Good luck with your studies. I hope to see you again for the next daily Japanese study video. I'll see you then. Goodbye.